Attack, they block one player. Here's Rizzo over to Tristan. He's going to turn on it quickly, drag Race Chicago into this corner and see if he can get it above the goal and into a shootable position. Chicago responds in kind. JNaps will extend the play to the eUnited corner. Now Chicago up, one of Mike back down. Rizzo with a clear, but Tristan reading these clears, double tap and down into the goal. Tristan scores it and ties the game.
He was getting closer. He was getting opportunities to make some great backboard reads, and you can see the difference maker in this shot is that Wonder Mike forces JNaps to kind of cut back into the net and prevents him from initially jumping up to stop Tristan from having that double tap attempt. That's why it's so important. Mike hits another double tap.
Could this be the day? Wonder Mike up against Rizzo. Rizzo having to dive across his net. His momentum's moving in the wrong direction. That definitely gives kind of the 50-50 advantage to Wonder Mike, but still such a difficult shot to make go on target. Keeps it upper 90 as well. And now Rizzo might get a kickoff goal. Nope, Tristan's got this one covered up. Going back to Tristan's goal, his read on the clear. We were commenting on G2's inability to clear earlier. They finally started to figure it out, but Tristan knew where the clear was going to be, so his first touch wasn't just to gain control. It was to put it on the backboard and set up his double tap as Rizzo puts one down. Ajax can't get there. Tie game from Rizzo.
Oh, now this shot doesn't look like too much because Rizzo's, flipping and stuff, but look at him set the angle of his car before he gets even close to that ball. He is definitely thinking this has got to be in the top of the net. This has got to get around a defender, but still squeeze under the crossbar. That was a very delicate shot as Rizzo gives a 3-1 for Chicago by boxing the guy into the corner, and G2 right back out in front.
What a play. Rizzo sets it up. Wonder Mike can't clear it. Then Rizzo holds Wonder Mike to the back of the net and puts it through. Honestly, I'm still thinking about Rizzo's first shot. Like you said, it wasn't that flashy of a shot. The man was flying dang sideways. That was impressive.
So hard.
Yeah. Here's Chicago up onto the backboard as they've got that 1-goal lead again. eUnited, they worked so hard to get the lead, and now they might find it. JNaps with the read of his life. Rizzo will get another clear to stop this one from having any sort of follow-up. He's out of boost now, but he'll follow along with it. Just the threat keeps Ajax grounded, and now Chicago going to try and go through the air up against Tristan. Loses the challenge. It's a 1-goal game, though, and here comes eUnited.
This is actually a really tough corner to fight in. You got to be real careful there if you're Wonder Mike. That's actually not a bad choice. Just pop it up across the net because everyone on eUnited there was getting jammed in that corner and definitely left a couple of doors open. Tristan able to stop JNaps from hitting that one in off the backboard.
Tristan wins another one, come up against Rizzo. Lofted it to the sky. JNaps there, puts it on target. No, wide, just wide. Here comes Chicago. Follow blocked by Ajax. Wonder Mike following it, but JNaps is already there. Chicago tries to redirect it around Tristan, but Tristan gets up and in the way. Now JNaps in the corner one last time, getting challenged. Wonder Mike's got to set up in goal. He's a little bit backwards, but gets just enough of a bumper onto it. Cleared away right now. The defense from eUnited holding on strong, but they don't need the defense right now. They've got to be playing offense. Get onto the other side of the field. You need this clear to work. So Wonder Mike gets it through one. It's lateral to Ajax. He'll have it for free. Onto the backboard. Chicago's there. And out to JNaps, the 1-2. And it's all the way back down the field. Tristan with an excellent shot down.
Well, they might have something.
Distant lane here. JNaps, is he going to get it enough? He does. Ajax and Wonder Mike, can they find Tristan? They just take the shot themselves. Chicago gets the block. Ajax is here. 10 seconds left. He's running on a boost. Tristan calls him off. Dismounts the wall, tries to flip onto it, but doesn't have it. JNaps now all the way down the field again. Ajax, as time expires, has to keep it up, and it's into empty territory here. Rizzo should be able to kill this. Oh, it gets a bounce, and there it goes into the corner. G2 got to fight for it at the end of game 2, but they'll tie up the series.
Now, this is a scary one, though, if you're G2. There was definitely a solid press from eUnited, to be sure. I believe that puts the series at 1-1 now. And again, 2 games in a row. I think eUnited doing an excellent job. It's certainly not winning that midfield game, but it is neutral. They keep themselves in it. They're able to execute a couple of really nice plays, jump on the few mistakes that G2 are making on defense, keep themselves in position to try and go for wins. And that's really the critical thing. So they're keeping themselves in it, and that's really all you can ask, because the only reason G2 won this one is because they hit a couple of really, really nice shots. This was
quite the banger goals from G2 I mean, there was some banger goals from eUnited as well, though. I don't know. Like, this is a nice back-and-forth series. It's been an overtime in game one. The lead, I'm pretty certain, has never been more than one goal from either team. So, like, as much as the desk and the predictions made it sound like this was going to be just a slaughter, it's been a very, very close back-and-forth series. As, again, the series score tells the story. It's tied up at 1 apiece right now. eUnited, it was not a harsh loss either. Very close game 2. We go into game 3. Here's JNaps. Sets up for Rizzo. Cleared out. No, One to Mike's got the stop, and Rizzo tries to give it to Chicago. Chicago onto the backboard. One to Mike calls off Ajax. A little double, but they'll recover just fine. JNaps now through one onto a backboard, looking for a bump on Tristan. Tristan gets up high, fast to avoid the bump, and then gets a bump of his own onto the front line of G2. Puts Rizzo awkwardly onto the ceiling. Now JNaps looking for Chicago. Cleared by Tristan. Tristan has had enough of this G2 offense. As Ajax gets over the top of one, dropping dangerous. JNaps right there. One to Mike, can't touch it. Rizzo blocks the follow-up. Follow-up from Tristan, the third man coming on in. Cleared by one, follow-up from One to Mike. The pressure from eUnited finally is enough, and they'll score first.
Tristan battling, stopping those clears from G2s, keeping them in the orange half, trying to give them extra opportunities. Finally, G2 doesn't see him coming one time. They all get caught a little too far forward, and One to Mike has a little space to work with.
JNaps goes to the sky, over one. No follow-up from G2. Ajax and One to Mike with the clears. Rizzo, monster touch off his backboard. Chicago to follow this one, put pressure on Ajax. Doesn't manage to put a bumper onto him, though. Ajax and One to Mike both airborne in the mid.